I want to tell you a story about a 35-year-old woman who was denied prenatal care during the first trimester. Why? Because she was unmarried. That is real, and that happened in the United States of America. We're now learning about a 35-year-old woman in Tennessee. She had been with her partner for 15 years. They were unmarried. Like many couples, they were unmarried. And she found out she was pregnant. She went to her medical provider, who told her that they would not service her. They would not provide her critical prenatal care. Why? Because of their Christian values. Because they did not believe that someone who was unmarried should be having a child. That is a real story, and it's made possible because of the Tennessee Medical Ethics Defense Act, a piece of legislation that took effect earlier this year in April, and we're now seeing the direct impacts of that law. Under that law, medical providers in the state of Tennessee can essentially say no to providing necessary care in certain respects if it goes against their religious or moral or ethical beliefs. And here, a Christian provider told a woman who was in a 15-year-long relationship and in her first trimester in a pregnancy that they would not provide her prenatal care that was necessary to her medical care simply because she was unmarried. This is exactly what people feared when that bill first passed. This is exactly what people are fearing in the United States of America right now. But that's not all. I want you to remember the name Kenny Lainez Ambrosio. He's an 18-year-old, he's a U.S. citizen, and he secretly recorded a violent arrest by immigration agents in Florida who were working alongside Florida Highway Patrol. And in this video, Ambrosio, who secretly recorded it and did not delete it despite pressure from officers, was told, quote, "You've got no rights. You've got no rights." They used chokeholds. They used a stun gun on his undocumented friends. The footage has sparked significant outrage in Florida and across the country right now because officers are using excessive force in immigration raids and hoping and thinking that they would never be caught on camera, while Ambrosio did catch them on camera. And they were surprised. They wanted him to delete the video, and he refused. And now the video has reached the light of day. Before I continue, please consider subscribing to support my channel by clicking the button below or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Epstein, Maxwell, and Trump because we have some more developments. Today was day 2 of Ghislaine Maxwell's meeting with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche in a Tallahassee courthouse. The meeting did not last as long as yesterday's meeting. After this meeting, Maxwell's attorney, David Marcus, came out, said that once again, Ghislaine Maxwell answered all the questions honestly and truthfully. He insinuated that Maxwell is seeking some type of pardon from Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump, when asked about a possible pardon, he said, landing in Scotland, quote, "This is no time to be talking about pardons." He then deflected and started talking about Bill Clinton and Harvard's former president, hoping that the media, quote, "don't talk about Trump." Watch this.
What are you hoping Todd Blanche interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell? What are you hoping that they get out of that?
I really have really nothing to say about it. She is being talked to by a very smart man, by a very good man, Todd Blanche. And I don't know anything about the conversation. I haven't really been following it. A lot of people are asking me about pardons. Obviously, this is no time to be talking about pardons. But a lot of people have asked about pardon. This is just not a time to be talking about pardons. Todd will come back with whatever he's got. You're making a very big thing over something that's not a big thing. You should be talking about, if you're going to talk about that, talk about Clinton, talk about the former president of Harvard, talk about all of his friends, talk about the hedge fund guys that were with him all the time. Don't talk about Trump. What you should be talking about is the fact that we have the greatest 6 months in the history of a presidency, according to a lot of people. And we had an amazing 6 months. And this is sort of an example of it. Now we're meeting with the European Union, having We're also meeting with, as you know, the head of UK.
Donald Trump was then asked whether or not Pam Bondi told him that he was in the Epstein files. He said, nope, never happened, gaslighting the public once again.
Mr. President, on your name appearing in the Epstein files ever?
No, I was never briefed. No.
Did you ask how?
What are you hoping Todd Blanche interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell? What are you
Now, Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer said that she fully cooperated during 2 days of Department of Justice questioning, answering every question without invoking any privilege. Confirmed that no clemency offer is currently on the table by Trump's Justice Department, though prosecutors have previously accused her of lying under oath and refusing to take accountability for her crimes. There are reports that she allegedly implicated up to 100 people associated with Jeffrey Epstein. In Texas, Isaiah Martin, a Democratic congressional candidate and University of Houston graduate, was arrested inside the Texas state capitol after protesting Republican-led redistricting efforts. The video shows Martin being forcibly taken to the ground, and he now faces misdemeanor charges. His supporters are arguing that they want him arrested to silence dissent against election manipulation through the gerrymandering process.
Not remember you kindly for what you have done. They will not. As a matter of fact, history might not remember you at all because of what you have done. You need to have shame. History will not remember you for what you have done. It is a shame. It is horrific for what you have.
Jesus, get off of him!
It is horrific for what you have done. You should all be ashamed.
In response to escalating ICE raids under the Trump administration, the Los Angeles Archdiocese has launched a family assistance program to deliver food, medication, and essentials to parishioners too afraid to leave home, reflecting growing fear among immigrant communities. A former Department of Justice lawyer has submitted internal documents to a watchdog corroborating claims that Trump ally Emile Beauvais, who is now under consideration for a lifetime federal judgeship, knowingly instructed DOJ attorneys to defy court orders, raising serious concerns about the integrity of prosecutions under the Trump administration. George Santos, the disgraced ex-representative, has reported to federal prison to begin serving a 7-year sentence after pleading guilty to wire fraud. Attorney General Pam Bondi is recovering from a torn cornea, according to a Department of Justice official. 2 senior NOAA officials who led the Sharpiegate investigation into Donald Trump's false hurricane forecast were placed on administrative leave. And over 130,000 Thai civilians have been evacuated amid clashes between Thailand and Cambodia. Folks, that's all the news right now. If you want to support my work, subscribe by clicking the button below or send a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas, and I'll see you in the morning for more news.